Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss how you can use Binance P2P platform to sell your cryptocurrencies into fiat currencies. In simple terms, how to sell your crypto and gain regular fiat money. So when using the P2P method, what happens is that we can meet potential buyers who are willing to buy our crypto assets and who are ready to give us fiat money like US dollars, euros, British pounds in exchange for that. And it is an extremely convenient method because the transaction can take place immediately and you will not have to face the issues of certain banks not being very crypto friendly and potentially refusing to accept deposits from crypto exchanges, things like that, because in the P2P method, you're using the Binance platform to send your cryptocurrencies to a potential buyer. However, the buyer has no interaction with Binance with regard to his or her transaction to you in terms of fiat currency, because you will be providing the buyer with your bank account details so that the buyer can directly transfer the money to your bank account from their account, and you can check that immediately before releasing the corresponding crypto amount to the buyer. So with that out of the way, I guess you guys have a clear idea what we are going to do over here. And I'm going to use my Binance mobile application to do this. However, the steps are basically going to be similar if you were to use the desktop application as well. Just the interface is going to be a bit different. So over here you can see that I have opened up my Binance application, and right over here you can see one option called P2P trading. So we have to head over to that, but in case in your default setting, if you do not really see this P2P trading option, you can head over to this more button and scroll down just a little bit and you will find this P2P option. So I'm going to click over here, P2P. And right over here, you will see two options. You have the possibility of either buying cryptocurrencies using P2P method, or you can sell cryptocurrencies using P2P method as well. And I have already done a tutorial, a very detailed tutorial explaining to you guys how to buy cryptocurrencies using P2P method. In case if you're interested, you can check that out as well by clicking the link that's appearing on the top right corner. But now in our case, since we're trying to sell the cryptocurrencies, we can click over here, sell. And a couple of things before we proceed further. Right over here, what you can see is basically the different types of coins that we are able to sell. We can sell USDT, Bitcoin, Binance USD, BNB, and Ether. And these are the sellers who are actually willing to accept our cryptocurrencies in exchange for fiat money. And a couple of things to set before we actually go ahead with this transaction. Over here, you can see the corresponding currency. Now, by default, in my case, it has been set to Japanese yen. But let's say if you would like to receive fiat money from someone from, let's say, India, for example. So you can scroll down and check INR, Indian rupee. And once you have selected that, you can again go back to sell. And over here, what you can see is basically different sellers along with their quoting price, the crypto amount and the limits, and their preferred method of payment. Apparently, this IMPS happens to be quite famous. Quite a number of sellers are actually using that. However, I have no idea what that means. And over here, you can see one seller is also actually preferring to use bank transfer options. And if you're doing this for the first time, you need to specify the corresponding details to which the sellers can send the fiat money. So in order to set that, you can first click over here and go to payment methods. And over here, you can see that right now I do not have any payment methods. That means as per now, I'm not able to receive payments from them. However, I have the option to add a payment method. And if I click over here, you can see that I have access to hundreds of different payment methods that I can choose from. Now, one of the most common payment methods are actually bank transfer. So if I were to search bank transfer, a regular bank transfer, you will see that automatically they will specify the name in which I have registered my Binance account. And over here, you have the options to add your bank account number as well as the bank name. But in case if you prefer a different payment method, let's say for example, Wise or TransferWise as it was formerly known. And here you can enter the corresponding details. But in my case, I'm actually heading back to this bank account option and I'm going to enter my bank details just like this. And you will have to go through a process of verification, and once you have successfully entered your details, this is how the information will basically appear to the people who are going to buy your cryptocurrencies. And at the time of making this video, I happen to be in Sri Lanka. So I'm going to change the currency to Sri Lankan rupees, which happens to be LKR, and I'm going to sell my USDT and get some Sri Lankan rupees in exchange for the demonstration purposes for this video. And before we proceed with the actual selling, we have to head back to our wallet and we have to transfer the corresponding amount that I'm trying to sell from my spot wallet into the funding wallet. Because in the Binance system, if you're using the cryptocurrencies for things like trading, you actually have to have your cryptocurrencies stored in your spot wallet. However, for P2P transactions, you cannot directly access your funds that you have kept in your spot wallet when it comes to P2P transactions. You have to transfer that into your funding wallet, and that will be the amount that will be available for you to actually sell using the P2P method. So first I'm going to transfer the corresponding amount to the funding wallet. So over here I can click on transfer. This is completely an internal transfer, so there's no fee involved in it. Just that you have to internally perform this beforehand. So in this case, by default, it has been selected correctly. I'm going to transfer funds from the spot wallet to the funding wallet. Just that I have to select the corresponding cryptocurrency. As you can recall, I had about 419.6 USDT. So I'm going to select the corresponding coin USDT over here and I'm going to transfer everything. So just simply hit max over here and that's going to get transferred into your funding wallet. And after that, we can head back to P2P trading window simply by heading over to home first. And after that, we can click over here on P2P trading. And just to give you guys a quick overview, these are the prices that they're actually willing to pay me for 1 USDT. Over here, you can see that this seller is ready to pay 240.8 LKR in exchange for 1 USDT. And there's an amount of 1000 USDT with a limit of this much in terms of the local currency. And when it comes to the successful percentage of trades, he or she has a percentage of 98.75, which is extremely high. So to me, it feels like everything seems to be quite appealing, especially having this much of a high successful transaction rate. So I'm going to go with this seller and I'm going to click over here on sell. And over here, we have the option of specifying the corresponding amount that I would like to sell in crypto assets or in fiat currency. So in my case, rather than specifying the crypto amount, I'm going to specify the amount in the local currency, which is LKR. So the amount that I would like to receive is 100,030 LKR. And over here, you can see that automatically the corresponding USDT amount gets calculated. So this is the amount that I would have to transfer to this seller when I'm executing this transaction. And again, you can see that this process actually doesn't charge you any fee. That means you're not paying anything to Binance for providing this facility for us. And right over here, you also can see the corresponding payment method that we entered just a few minutes ago, the bank transfer along with my bank account number. You can do a quick verification if you wish to for the second time before you proceed with this transaction. And if everything seems to be fine, you can click over here on sell with zero fee. And in the meantime, if you wish to chat with the seller, you can also just have a quick friendly chat just to inform him that you're patiently waiting for his transfer to arrive. And in a few minutes, the buyer is going to mark from his or her side saying that they have transferred the money to your account. But before you release your crypto assets, it's always wise to head to your local bank account and check whether the exact amount has been transferred or not. And only once you have verified that, you can just click next over here and confirm the receipt of your fiat money. And with that, Binance will ask you to select whether you have received your payment from the buyer or not. And in my case, I have fully received the corresponding amount. So I can select the second option and click confirm. And guys, over here, you can see that it notifies you that you have successfully sold 415.52 USDT in exchange for this much amount of fiat money. It happened quite swiftly, so I would always leave a positive review if everything had gone smoothly. So just with a positive review, we can conclude this transaction. So guys, that's how you sell cryptocurrencies using Binance P2P method. As I mentioned to you guys, there was no direct interaction between the Binance platform and your bank account for this particular transaction. It was just you sending cryptocurrencies to another person who is willing to accept cryptocurrencies, but in exchange, a peer-to-peer transaction was done for fiat currencies where the person at the other end transferred money to my local bank account at a rate that was agreed upon by both of us. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this tutorial, and if you did like the tutorial, show your support by hitting that like button, and I would really appreciate if you subscribe as well, and in that way you'll be notified immediately once we upload a new video on this channel. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you again with another video very soon.